Welcome to another video review here at our YouTube channel, and today I'm going to talk about quick release mount made by Contessa. They're quite, I would say, different than majority of other similar mounts. So they have a really unique system, how they designed the whole line of different mounts which offer 100% repeatability, and where they give you the option of using multiple optics on one single rifle. So let's speak a word or two about Contessa factory. So Contessa is based in Italy, in northern Italy, very near to Lago di Garda, around 50 kilometers away from there. And they are known in this industry of sport optics and mounts as a producer which really has superb fit and finish on all of their products. So they are one of the brands that offers the highest quality of mounts in general on this market, but that also means that they are really expensive, because honestly speaking, mounts which we have here now are usually priced above 400 euros. The reason for it is that all the materials used are really top-notch, the fit and finish is top-notch, and the amount of effort that goes into details shows everywhere. But okay, let's speak, in the past there were many, or not many, there were mostly two types of quick release mounts, at least here in Europe, that offered 100% repeatability. Sul claw mount was one of them. So it was individually made for each rifle. And if you Google it, Sul claw mounts, you will see how many European mounts, many European rifles from the past were equipped with these mounts. The most distinctive feature of these mounts is that the first ring is located on the objective bell of the scopes. And then later the German manufacturers went into the direction of producing pivot mounts, or they call it Schwenk mounts. So the mounts which you rotate for 90 degrees on your rifle, and again you have 100% repeatability. But Contessa did something else. You know that a lot of modern drop barrel rifles in the last 10 years, they're equipped with 12mm dovetail on top with a simple recoil stopper. A notch inside of the rifle where recoil stopper goes inside, and a normal, or I would say standard 12mm dovetail on top. I know Steyr Duet and many, even the modern rifles, drop barrel rifles from Češka Zbrojka have this type of mounting surface, this dovetail, and all Italian rifles like Fair, Benelli, Bettinsoli, and so on, all of those rifles have this 12mm dovetail on top. If you Google any Italian modern drop barrel rifles, you will see this. And what Contessa did, they designed a mount which works on Bettinsoli, on Sabatti, and so on. And then they were thinking what to do that we could fit this mount or a very similar mount, because they designed this whole mechanism of clamping the dovetail, 12mm dovetail, how to use this system on, let's say, bolt-action rifles or on semi-automatic rifles and so on. And what they did is that they produced the whole line of 12mm dovetails that fit on repeating rifles, on semi-automatic rifles, on all bolt-action rifles, not on drop barrel rifles. This particular rail which I have here, and they have hundreds of different models. This one is made for SACO 85. You can see this. It's a tapered dovetail, and they're able to convert SACO bolt-action rifle to have the same mounting surface as, I would say, majority of Italian drop barrel rifles. So 12mm dovetail on top. And when they do this, then all of their quick release mounts fit on it, like this. And now they have a system that has 100% repeatability, and they are able to use the same mechanism as they're using on their mounts for draw barrel rifles. It is true, however, that they, I have to unlock it like this, that they did change the design of this upper part, that it's different for, they have basically two models. One model is for all of the rifles, like I said, bolt action rifles, semi-automatic rifles and so on, which have a longer dovetail. And they have a little bit different model with the same mechanism and so on, but they have a shorter surface for the draw barrel rifles. But the main thing is that they kept this clamping mechanism the same on both rifles. What is a big plus? 100% repeatability. What is also a big plus is the design itself. It's really, the fit and finish is great and it works superbly. You can see that this big lever has a locking mechanism. So if I push it like this, I'm not able to open it. So I have to push this. I have to push this safety down, and then I'm able to open it and remove it from a scope. The clamping force is regulated here on this screw, so on the other side of the lever, and there is a safety screw here which you need to untight to change the setting. On top of these mounts, if you look at this standard one, which is meant for rings, you're able to install either 30mm rings, like you can see them here, or you're able to install 1 inch or 25.4mm rings, 34mm rings, 36mm rings, and 40mm rings. So they cover everything. But on top of that, they also produce many different mounting options for all other scopes. I will start with those which are a little bit more rare. They even offer an option that you're able to mount a laser eliminator scope from Burris. So all the Burris laser scopes, they have instead of rings, they have a special inserts, and you're able to mount all the Burris laser scopes on this. Then they produce mounts where you're able to mount ATN, digital and thermal rifle scopes. Then Pulsar Trail, Pulsar DigiSight and similars. Then Aimpoint Micro, Doctor. This is for Doctor sight. You see, it puts the Doctor sight really low. And normally Swarovski SR rail and size ZM VM rail. You can also get the inserts for the standard Prism or LM rail. And normally the Picatinny rails. They have a huge selection of different mounts for which offer Picatinny rail on top. So they designed the whole series of mounts which work on this 12mm dovetail, and they designed and produced the whole abundance of 12mm dovetails which can be mounted on all possible rifles, bolt action rifles and semi-automatic rifles. So they basically offer you an option of mounting almost any optics on almost any rifle, and they offer 100% repeatability and really great fit and finish. So I think I covered most of the basic information and you're getting a general idea how this works. Now I think I could go into my last part, and this is the summary, what I think it's really positive regarding the quick release mounts from Contessa and what could have been done better. So what I think it's positive is that they are really 100% repeatable. What I also think is positive about this mount series is that they offer all possible options you can imagine. For all types of optics, for all types of red dot sights, for all types of tube diameters and scopes and so on. And this, I would say, versatility, it's a big plus. Fit and finished, used materials and so on, again, a big plus. What could have been done better? I think that this clamping mechanism looks okay on a drop barrel rifle, but on a bolt action rifle it does look a little bit too bulky, and when you unlock it, it's also quite long and big when you're opening. I understand you are able to apply a bigger force with a longer lever, but still it doesn't look that nice. The second thing what it is, these mounts are quite high, because I believe that in in the start, they were designed for drop barrel rifles where the dovetail, 12mm dovetail, is basically on the rifle as low as possible. But when you put additional dovetail on a rifle, on a bolt action rifle, which is already 7 or 6 millimeters high, and then you put almost 12mm high mount on it, it will show, so that your scope will be mounted a little bit higher. I think these two factors are where they could do a little bit better. So the actual lever could have been done a little bit more delicate, less big, and the, I would say, total height, it's a little bit on the higher side. This is also the reason why when you have red dot sights like Doctor, they produce mounts where the mounting surface for the Doctor gets lower or is lower than the actual mount itself. I think that because this mechanism was designed for drop barrel rifles, this is the reason why it's a little bit too high. All in all, 400 euros for a repeating 100% repeatable mount. It is a lot on one side, because for this amount of money you're already getting a Dentler or something similar, which is also a high quality mount. But on the other side, the fit and finish of Contessa, it's really superb. This is something that almost no other manufacturer is able to offer at this price point. And honestly speaking, I also think that the ease of use, it's really good, because compared to the pivot mounts, these mounts are far more, I would say, logical for some novice user and easier to use. Okay, so I hope I covered everything, because this is a really, I would say, a unique area, and because there is so many different models in this series of mounts. Please use comments below if you have any additional questions, or send us an email. And we will also appreciate if you will use comments to give us any video suggestions, and if we can help you in any way, please do not hesitate to contact us. If you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel. It really means a lot, and it helps us to bring even more value and more content to the world. Thank you.